his experience, his toughness, his cardio. He has a lot of heart, and he knows that I'm coming to win. And they're saying that this is the hardest he's ever been training.
Ain't playing with nobody. You step in that ring with him, be prepared. Oh my God! All day. There you go. That's it. That's it. Just relax. There you go. Just relax.
Back in terms of some of that discipline, but training camp happens. If he's locked in and he's looking to make a show and try and knock this guy out, I wouldn't be surprised either. Does he have the gas? Yeah, even though he's dealing with a bigger guy, it's still he's been 10-12 rounds in real fights. Jake hasn't. Jake has shown that he's got tired out in fights.
Jake Paul's confidence is once again taking center stage as he prepares to face Gervonta "Tank" Davis. True to his reputation for fearless talk and bold energy, Jake isn't pulling any punches, verbally or in training. His presence near Tank's camp has already added fuel to the fire, raising tensions between both sides. Meanwhile, Tank has been laser-focused, honing his power and precision. With both fighters pushing their limits, fans can feel the electricity building for what promises to be an explosive clash.
Yeah, so right now, I just want to see what he brings to us. We just got off the plane. A lot of work yesterday from the interviews and stuff, so I want to see how he react. 2 sparring partners, and rounds is unknown. All right, y'all. Let's go. When they watch us in here working, they saying we going bang, 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 bang. There you go. Good. There you go. When he get in that ring, he's on a mission. Because he understands that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for. Let's get it now.
Jake Paul is grinding harder than ever, showing unmatched focus and discipline in the gym. He insists this training camp hits differently, saying fans are about to see a whole new level of his game. With sharper combos, cleaner footwork, and refined movement, Jake's confident he's about to surprise everyone when he steps in against Gervonta Davis.
Pick him apart, and people are going to be able to see the skill set that I've been working on in the gym that I haven't been able to showcase in recent fights yet.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This fight is about more than just another win. It's about pride and legacy. Going up against Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer who's made a career out of shocking the world, Tank sees this matchup as a statement opportunity. The undefeated champion has been grinding through a brutal training camp, pushing himself past every limit to leave no room for mistakes. His focus and intensity make it clear. This one is personal. Boxing analyst Paulie Malignaggi recently noted that while Jake's fights aren't scripted, his team often chooses opponents strategically to tilt the odds in his favor. But this time, he's up against a fighter who thrives under real pressure. Tank knows that a single misstep could go viral, and that possibility only fuels his drive to remind the world why he's one of the most dangerous men in the ring.
Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist, if he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. The way they did it when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time fought.
Teddy Ellis will 100% agree with this
with the expense
he would say the guys that were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something.
Teofimo Lopez, another top-tier boxer, shared an intriguing take on the upcoming showdown. He believes this fight should be viewed more as entertainment than a traditional sporting event. According to Lopez, the difference in weight and the celebrity spotlight surrounding it turned the matchup into more of a spectacle than a contest meant to affect rankings or official records. He compared it to the new wave of entertainment boxing, where the main focus is capturing massive audiences instead of chasing championship belts. Still, many argue that Gervonta's pride won't allow him to treat it lightly. Lopez's comments underline how the sport has evolved, with figures like Jake Paul blurring the boundaries between boxing and show business, pulling in millions of fresh viewers even as purists question its legitimacy.
Matchup, it's fun for the sport of boxing. It makes it fun, it makes it entertaining. That's what it is all about, you know, and may the best man win. It's an exhibition regardless, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count? Yeah. We need to see you and Tank though. Has to happen.
What happened?
It has to happen, you and Tank.
We'll see, man. It's up to the champ. He's the champ, right? He's fighting. He's a celebrity champ.
Jake Paul's former sparring partners recently issued a strong warning ahead of the fight. He suggested that Jake has never experienced the kind of raw, explosive power Gervonta "Tank" Davis brings into the ring. According to him, Jake's confidence stems from knocking out MMA fighters, opponents who simply don't match Tank's elite speed, timing, and precision. He pointed out that Tank's danger isn't just in his strength, it's in how fast and accurately he delivers his shots. Jake might step into the ring thinking his size gives him the upper hand, but one clean hit from Tank could change that perception in an instant. The sparring partner's comments echo what many in the boxing world already believe. Jake is stepping into deep waters against a true knockout artist who thrives when the pressure's on.
Entertainment, right? But this what this is sports entertainment. This is what's going to put butts in the seat, believe it or not. This is what's going to, bring a lot of money to the sport. Especially, we have people trying to say boxing is dead, boxing is dying. But, we have a whole demographic of people that don't even watch boxing, interested in boxing. So I like to look at it that way. Like we're making these fantasy dream matchups come to life with Floyd and Tyson, And to be honest, I'm a little biased because Floyd, he is my favorite fighter of all time. And Tyson, he is a guy that basically made me fall in love with boxing. And he's the icon, the myth, the legend for me. So it was them two fighting. It's yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So and then on top of that, it's an exhibition, bro. It's not something to be taken serious. It's something that is for the people to just enjoy and watch. It's an exhibition. It's not like they making it a sanctioned fight. Now, Jake and Tank, are they making that a sanctioned fight? I think they are.
They're trying to. It's a lot of moving parts right now with that.
Yeah, so I think that's where certain things become an issue because now you're putting it into a serious space. You know what I'm saying? Which it shouldn't be. It's honestly, if it's sanctioned, how the heck they gonna, I don't know, bro. I don't know how.
I think honestly, man, every single time, people said that Jake would get finished or he would lose a fight, he obviously proved everybody wrong. But I genuinely believe this time, I think that, with Gervonta's boxing IQ and him having Jake come down a little bit in weight, I think Gervonta will beat him, honestly. I think Gervonta will hurt him. I think he'll just use IQ. He'll tire him out a little bit. And, I think he'll land. Gervonta knows how to touch his opponents. But it's interesting because when Floyd fought Logan, the size really, really made a big, impact. And you saw Floyd struggle, against a big, Ohio corn-fed, wrestling strong dude. And, I've sparred Jake and Logan before, and they train hard.
You're picking Tank by knockout?
Look, I sparred them years ago. They're much better than when I sparred them. They're athletes. They train really hard. I think they work hard.
Former world champion Tim Bradley shed light on the emotional and professional weight Gervonta "Tank" Davis carries beyond the ring. He reminded fans that fighters aren't machines. They're human, often battling the toll of constant attention and criticism. Bradley sympathized with Tank, noting that relentless media scrutiny and online chatter can drain even the strongest athletes, affecting both focus and performance. Still, Tank has shown remarkable resilience, turning those pressures into fuel for his preparation. Bradley believes that if Tank can maintain his composure and discipline, his natural ability will easily expose Jake Paul's inexperience. His message was clear. While Jake enjoys the freedom and hype that come with celebrity boxing, Tank bears the burden of representing the sport itself.
Tank, you know what I mean? I was misinformed. You know, you gotta know what somebody's going through, man, or have gone through, and where they've ended up. Now, you have to understand that. You gotta understand their DNA, you know, and we as fans, we fail to realize that. We as commentators and fanboys and all that, like, we all don't do that. We don't do our research. You know, you got to know about somebody's history. So, like, if you understand where Tank came from, if you understand his background, then you understand how he thinks and why he feels the way he feels. You know, you do. So, I mean, for instance, like, his parents, right? His parents were drug addicts.
Promo is fire. And when his fight first got announced, I told y'all, the promo, when they start promoting it, it is going to be fire. The promo will be better than the fight, right? Because obviously, I don't like the fight. I'm not a fan of the fight. I cannot stand the decision for Tank to go in this direction, although I understand it, right? I understand it because I understand the business behind it. So I get all of that. But the promo is fire. If you go watch it, the way that is shot, the production of it looks very, very top of the line, top shelf, as you would expect from a company as big as Netflix, which is a $530 billion company. So they have the budget, they have the money to make sure their production is A1. Obviously, as a Tank Davis fan,
hype surrounding this fight has been massive, from interviews and training clips to non-stop social media buzz. But interestingly, reports suggest ticket sales haven't matched the online excitement. Despite all the attention, many fans appear reluctant to pay premium prices. Critics believe the hesitation comes from how the matchup is perceived, more as entertainment than a true sporting showdown. Still, the promotion team isn't slowing down. They're doubling efforts, using Jake Paul's celebrity status and Gervonta Davis's boxing reputation to keep the event at the center of conversation. It highlights a new reality in modern boxing. Viral fame doesn't always mean packed arenas. Even so, both camps are banking on massive pay-per-view buys and global streaming audiences to make this one of the year's biggest financial hits.
Paying attention to him in the promo, the young man looks in good spirits. He looks like he's in a good headspace, and he doesn't look like he's unhappy to be there, which bodes well for the prospects of him continuing his boxing career, I guess, not retiring. And I think that as he gets closer to the fight, as the fight happens, he'll be in his happy place. And I expect for Tank fans, for boxing fans, to get really good news after Tank Davis and Jake Paul share the ring and they do the post-fight press conference. I think that a lot of people will probably be happy with the outcome of what Tank Davis has to say after that fight. But the promo is fire. It's just a trailer. It's up on the Netflix YouTube channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Really enjoyed watching that promo. Watched it a couple of times. And as I said, I'm paying attention to the press conferences. I'm paying attention to the build-up because I feel like there's
in and out of the system, in and out of jail. You know, he lived with his grandmother. You know, like, you gotta understand when he started boxing, why he started boxing. Understand that, you know, that what the influence that Calvin has had on his life and how if their relationship isn't great, how that affects him. And this is not making any excuses, people. This isn't. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just giving you what I think, and I'm giving you the facts surrounding all of this. You know, I remember back in 2012, you know, I'm living right. I'm living civil. I'm taking care of my business. I feel like I'm doing everything right. You know, I'm living right. I'm saying all the right things. You know, I want people.
Boxing analysts have often noted Jake Paul's calculated approach to choosing opponents, fighters with big names but manageable risk. His decision to take on Gervonta "Tank" Davis follows that same playbook. The matchup guarantees headlines and fan curiosity while giving Jake the chance to say he's facing a true world champion. During their face-off, though, one thing stood out immediately: the size difference. Jake towered over Tank, his frame noticeably larger, while Tank's smaller, compact build radiated quiet confidence. Commentators called the moment both surprising and slightly tense, as it emphasized how physically mismatched they appeared. But seasoned boxing fans know better. Size doesn't always dictate power. Many saw Tank's calm stare not as intimidation, but as a silent warning. His career has already proven he can unleash knockout force well beyond his weight class.
Why are you not fighting guys your own fucking size? Look at this, John. This is embarrassing. And not to mention, Georgia already said, no, you can't have this fight here. So they moved it somewhere else. Dave, do you know where they moved the fight? Can you look it up? This is embarrassing. Look, he actually put his hands on his knees and he was still the same height, maybe a little bit taller than Gervonta Davis. I mean, I'm all in on Gervonta. I want Gervonta to win this fight. I want him to hit. I mean, I'm not saying he can knock him out, but I think if he hits him to the body a couple times, John, he may be able to catch him. A lazy jab or something, you know, he might be able to pop him to the body and get him good. I'm hoping. Jake Paul down with a body shot.
Oh man.
Oh gee.
Could you imagine?
I would it'd be great.
It's a win right there.
It'd be fucking great.
Miami.
Oh, they moved to Florida. Makes sense. You know, the only place that opened up during COVID makes sense. I mean, what's your thoughts on this fight? I know it's an exhibition. I believe it's rounds.
Look at Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter, but he's, you know, and I think that the one thing that Jake Paul is really going to have to try to figure out in this fight is, how do I catch this little son of a bitch? Because he's fast, and you know, Gervonta, I would, you know, I'm not telling Gervonta Davis to, you know, cut down in weight like he normally does. Just get in shape. Whatever you weigh, you weigh. Don't try to add weight. There's not enough time for you to add good weight that's not going to make you tighter and anything like that. So just come in at your normal, walk around, good weight. You've been training hard.